So it's been well over a year of being in this house and I still have not set up my 3D printers. I didn't even bring them up until this year. So I figured today would be a pretty good day to get at least one of them set up. We'll probably set up the CR10, maybe the Ender 5. The Ender 5 is a little bit more finicky to get going, but the CR10 should be relatively easy. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, we'll get the printers going, get them printing a few things. I have a handful of things that I'd like to get printed, so I figured no better time than now. So the first thing I have to do, and don't mind the mess, is I have to take everything off this desk and move this desk downstairs because this is what the printers are going to live on. This is what I used to work from. This is my old workspace before I lost my job. So it hasn't really been used. It has just been collecting dust since last year when I got let go, and I don't really use it for anything. Every once in a while, if I have friends over and they want to play games or something, I don't have an extra gaming setup space, but I do have an extra computer, so I'll set that up here and then they can game here. But that hasn't really been happening as of late, so I'm just going to get rid of the desk for now. All right, so here we are. Here are the two printers. As mentioned, we're going to focus on the CR10. That's the CR10 V3. I've done a couple extra mods to it. I'd like to at least get that going so that I can at least start printing stuff. We'll see if we can get the Ender 5 going relatively easily. But again, neither of these printers have been running for over a year at this point. So it might be a little bit tricky. Got a bunch of extra printing stuff in here. I got a bunch of filament. I got some stuff for the resin printers in there. I got more printer stuff in there, including the Raspberry Pis that I use for Octoprint. If you haven't watched my other video about how I have the printer set up, I had them set up using Octoprint. Each printer had its own Raspberry Pi. I have them set up with their own cameras. So you can see the camera on the Ender 5 there, and then the CR10, because there's no real good mounting spot, I actually had like a webcam mount and a light that I would use. So we're gonna try to get this set up. I think I'm gonna put the desk back here, keeps it out of the way. Ideally at some point I'll clean up this very messy basement. I just don't have enough shelving. Most of the shelving is getting used for food and like holiday stuff. So I gotta get some more shelves. Gotta get rid of some boxes and stuff down here, but we're gonna get these set up. Let's get the desk over there. Let's get the CR10 at least set up and going. We're gonna run Octoprint. It's probably gonna need a ton of updates because it hasn't been plugged in a long time. And then we'll see how difficult it is for me to get that CR10 running, because at this point, it's a very old printer. Both of these printers are very old. They're a lot more of a pain in the butt than more recent printers are. They take a lot of time to bed level. I do have a BL Touch on there, so it should make it a little bit easier. We'll find out. All right, so it's not pretty, but we got the printer on. We've got the Raspberry Pi on. I'm gonna give this a little bit more of a cleaning. The bed's really messed up. It's had a rough time, but try to get this going. I'm gonna go into Octoprint. I have it put onto my little switch here because I had the multiple printers, so I use that to kind of split them all off. I use a smart switch. Right now it's not connected to anything, but I use that to turn the printer on and off. It's always a good idea to have a way to just remotely turn off the printer if need be, so that's why I have that. And yeah, this is just a super ghetto setup until we get things working, and then I'll try to finally fix that up. This was meant to hold the cable up so that it wouldn't get in the way. And yeah, we'll head over to Octoprint, see if I can even see my Octoprint, see if it can see the printer, and we'll go from there. All right, so we got Octopi working. As you can, we got a lot of updates to do, and I'm having the serial port issue. And if you watch my older videos, you'll know that the serial port issue was a really big pain in my butt. This micro USB port is just horrible and it's very, very finicky. It's why I created this like little, I 3D printed this little strap thing to like hold the USB at a very particular angle to make sure that we didn't run into issue. It's a whole thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and get all of Octoprint updated. I got the printer homed and it didn't blow up, so that's positive, so that's a good thing. And then we'll go from there. I may have to step out for a little bit and then we'll do this once I get back. We'll see. So, since Octoprint is yelling at me and I'm not able to get Octoprint communicating with my printer at the moment, I'm gonna go ahead and let the printer do that test print, and I'm gonna go ahead and basically reflash Octoprint on my Raspberry Pi and just restore backup. So they have a whole help page on how to do this in case you're in a very similar situation. I'm basically going to be going with this number one, which is just back it up, flashing a new image, and then restoring the settings. So first off, we're going to have to grab our Raspberry Pi manager. I already had it, so I didn't have to worry too much. And then we're going to go to choose device. And this is going to be going on a Raspberry Pi 3. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And then we're going to do choose OS. And we're going to do other specific purpose OS. And we should be able to find Octopi in here somewhere. 3D printing, Octopi. And we're going to do it with stable. And then for storage, we're going to go ahead and choose our 32 gig SD card. Press next. We're going to edit our settings. We've already put a lot of this information in from previous ones, so that's cool. We don't have to do too much here. We're just going to change our host name. I already set a username and password for the Pi. And I have my Wi-Fi there. Now we're just going to go ahead and save that. And we're going to press yes. Oh, and I had already backed up all of my data by going to the backup within Octopi. All right, so we are good. I'm going to go ahead and plug this back into the Raspberry Pi and hopefully everything works. All right, so we're in. We're going to go ahead and restore that backup. Press next. We're going to browse. All right, we're going to press backup and restore. I'm going to press proceed here. Octoprint is at least updated. Still having serial port issues. So I'll try to figure that out while the printer continues to print. So far, the test print seems to be printing pretty well. You know, do a little check on it. And seems to be doing pretty good. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Now I actually have to update my slicer software. I'm currently using Ultimaker Cura 5.4, and I'm sure that is very, very far behind. And it is definitely behind. We're at 5.10 now, so we may as well update this. So now Cura is also updated. And let's go ahead and grab the first item I'd like to print. All right, and ideally, the first thing I'm going to print here is this NVMe holder. I have had a lot of NVMEs lately, and the current 3D printed little holder that I have does not work for NVMEs that have double slided chips. So this should allow for those to still be stored and just help me keep them organized and help me keep them all in one spot, because right now they're just kind of thrown around a couple desk drawers. And it should be an easy print, 11 hours, 7 minutes. This is one of the things with the older 3D printers. They take a lot more time. I'm sure a more modern printer could do this in probably half the time, maybe even faster. But this is what we're dealing with, and hopefully it works. We'll find out tomorrow. I'm just going to go ahead, and because Octoprint still isn't communicating properly with the printer, I'm going to go ahead and just put this on the SD card, and then if I do eventually get Octoprint working with the printer, then I'll be able to monitor it, but for now, this is what we're stuck with. And I woke up to this. Not a great scene to see. The boot is pushed all the way off by a massive wad of plastic, and it's going to be a big mess for me to clean up. I tried cleaning up already, got some done, but I'm probably going to have to take apart the whole head. So, tried printing without the boot on, give it another shot, did a new bed level, wanted to see if this was going to make a difference. Maybe it just got really unlucky last night. And because my Octoprint doesn't work, I wasn't able to see when the failure happened. But no, it's not working. And we're just going to be stuck with not having a working printer at the moment. So, obviously, this did not go as planned. I'm a little bit frustrated, and that is the tale of time with 3D printers, especially the older ones. They're a lot more finicky. They run into a lot more issues. Bed leveling is a pain in the butt. Getting the bed adhesion is a pain in the butt. And again, I haven't run this printer since probably the summer of 2023. And it's been a long time sitting around. There's been a lot of updates to a lot of the software. So I might try updating the firmware on the actual printer. I might try doing a little bit more adjustments and stuff, but for now, we're going to consider this a failure. I've considered buying a newer printer. I just don't have the money for that right now. So ideally, I'd like to get the CR10 working. The Ender 5, I tried a little bit today to get it going, and it's even more of a pain in the butt. It does not have the BL Touch on it, and that just makes it a lot more of a pain in the butt. It also does not have a direct drive extruder, which the CR10 having the direct drive really makes a huge difference in terms of the print speed and everything. So, not really sure what I'm going to do going forward. Over the next week, I'm going to try to see if I can get something to print well. I'd really like to print quite a few things. Like I mentioned, I want to get that NVMe holder printed out. I would like to print out something to hold a bunch of coins because I'm working at a restaurant right now. And I get a ton of coins. My bag is just filled with coins. So it'd be great to have something to hold all of them where it's not just in a bag. So that'd be great. I wanted to print a few things for around the house for organization purposes. And there's been a few other like little gadgets and little knickknacks and stuff that I've wanted to print as well. So hopefully I can get it going. If you have any suggestions on things that I should be doing right now, let me know down in the comments. I'm more than happy to take recommendations and stuff. Again, it has been a while. The printer used to work fantastic. I printed plenty of things on here. And again, it's just finicky. Haven't used it in a while. And we'll see if I can get it going. Don't want to keep on rambling. I do want to get back into 3D printing and stuff. So if you guys do want to see more 3D printing content, let me know down in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions for printers that I should be checking out, also leave this down in the comment section below. If you want to hop into the Discord, we talk about 3D printing a lot. There's a few people that do quite a bit of 3D printing in there. And as mentioned, I'd like to get back into doing a lot more 3D printing. As a homeowner, a 3D printer is extremely handy. It really saves you a lot of money. It allows you to try a lot of fun things. So I'd really like to get this working. And with all that said, I do at least hope you found this video interesting. Watching my failure, watching all the things that I tried to do and did not successfully do. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you like, subscribed. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you can leave those down in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to get to them all as quickly as I can. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors, and big thanks to you for watching to the end of this video. If you do want to see any other videos relating to things I'm doing around my house, including future 3D printing stuff, you can check out the playlist right up here. And as always, stay safe out there. I'll see you next time.